So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 63 of our Aston Martin series. Now if you didn't watch the last week's episodes, and if you didn't watch the Italian Grand Prix in Monza, go back and watch it. I've uploaded a little highlight video as well for that epic last lap finale, because we should have got a 1-2 in Monza. Make no bones about it, we should have got a 1-2, but Fernando Alonso did his utmost. We had the tyre wear at the end, we had the hard compound tyre, much less worn than the medium, but didn't manage to get that 1-2. But Fernando Alonso made a wonderful overtake on the last corner to get on the podium and get the P2. Pierre Gasly will be frustrated he didn't get on the podium at least, and lost further ground to Max Verstappen. So driver standings wise, Max Verstappen is still leading. Pierre Gasly is his closest challenger, but some way back, around 71 points back from the Dutchman. And Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc, both Ferraris, are not far behind them either. Alonso's coming like a train, but it might just be a little bit beyond him so far this season. Constructor standings wise, we're very much in the fight for this. We're 18 points behind Ferrari, who lead the Constructors title at this moment in time. Red Bull are only 2 points behind us. It's a three-way fight for the Constructors Championship. And today we go to the Marina Bay Street Circuit in Singapore. It's always chaos here. There's always a lot of safety cars. Anything can happen. Weather's very changeable. A very humid circuit. 61 laps round here. Pierre Gasly holds the lap record in the Aston Martin of a 1 minute 40.2. Expected strategy is a one stop from soft onto medium or soft onto hard. But as we stated, there is a very much a high chance of a safety car here. So we will have to be adaptable in terms of our strategy. But I'm going to get through all the practice sessions and we'll see you in qualifying for the Singapore Grand Prix.
We're here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit and the Singapore Grand Prix is just about to start. The name Singapore means City of Lions, and this weekend Formula One will be roaring into action. The bumpy street surfaces here make this a challenging circuit for the drivers, and the humidity causes them to lose as much as 3 kilos over the course of a race. But it's also tough on the cars, with 23 corners to tackle each and every lap. Good low-speed downforce will make all the difference here. Aston Martin are just a few points away from winning the title and making history, if they can manage it.
Red Bull is lying in wait, ready to charge to victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
What a fantastic start for qualifying we've just had. Pierre Gasly, our guys both going around early doors, getting the slipstream and wallop. Pierre Gasly smashes his car up. We've already had Drogovic crash out in practice. That's going to cost us a few more quid. We've got to get Gasly back to the pits now and go from there. But yeah, Q1, Gasly already in the mud. Right then guys, this is very concerning times for Aston Martin. We're obviously in this Constructors title race. Pierre Gasly had to retire the car after the incident you saw earlier. He will be taking a full set of grid penalties, new engine, new gearbox, new ERS. It makes sense to do it. We're at the back of the grid anyway. Fernando Alonso has not had the pace all weekend, as proven there. On a new set of tyres, he only finishes P10. It's been such a disappointing weekend so far for us here. We've smashed his car up. It's cost us a few hundred quid. And we're now going to be starting in P10 and P20. There may be a decision to make about whether Fernando Alonso takes grid penalties as well. But we're going to have a little look at that now. But Charles Leclerc will be starting on pole, Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz will be starting in P3. All the title rivals are at the top. We're nowhere to be seen. Let's have a look at the strategy. Right then guys, we're going to try something very, very different. We are going to try a two-stop strategy. Look at the difference in times. It's saying it's 29 seconds quicker for Pierre and Fernando, very similar times as well. Fernando's only got one set of softs that are fresh. Pierre Gasly's got 2. He's starting from the back with fresh engine components. I'm hopeful, very hopeful, that Pierre Gasly can do something miraculous during this Grand Prix. So that's what we're going to do, 9th and 18th. Let's see what we can do. Let's get to 5 red lights for the Singapore Grand Prix.
And this is it, the Singapore Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
And away we go, and it was a long, long haul, but Fernando Alonso is the man we're going to ride on board with early in this Grand Prix. Let's have a little look. So this Alonso is on fresh tyres, as is Tsunoda, Vettel, Stroll, Albon, Latifi, Ocon. Gasly's got a lot of cars to make his way through, but Fernando Alonso straight away is having a look at Kevin Magnussen to get back up into P9. He's got Perez, Norris and 2 McLarens are in front of Fernando Alonso. As we move away, Leclerc leads from Verstappen, then Bottas has managed to overtake Sainz. Early doors on lap 1, then comes Russell, Norris, Ricciardo, Perez and Alonso. Magnussen in P10, then Lewis Hamilton down in P11. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at what Pierre Gasly's doing at this moment in time. He's currently sat down in P19, but he's got to make his way through these cars as quickly as he possibly can. And the only thing we can say is, have we made all our mistakes early in the weekend? Are we now going to get a nice clean race where we can move through the pipe, maybe play nice on strategy and get some very, very good points? There's bound to be a safety car around here. Just to know, there is changeable weather normally in Singapore. Not tonight. It's a gorgeous, humid night in Singapore. Clear skies in the night sky over the Marina Bay Circuit. Lap 1, Leclerc leads from Verstappen. It's 9th and 19th for Gasly and Alonso. It's got to be said, we're not making our way through this pack very, very quickly, Pierre Gasly. We've just managed to get past Alexander Albon on lap 7. And as you can see, that was mainly down to the DRS being lost of Alexander Albon. So it's been a lot of work for Pierre Gasly to do so far, but now he's back in contention again. He's got DRS on the next group of cars, which is a train, not group of trains, which is being headed by Sebastian Vettel. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso is staying in contention, but he's not having a particularly good race. He's staying in contention by using a bit of battery at the right times to manage to stay in front. Right, so lap 7, it is still Charles Leclerc that's leading from Verstappen, Bottas in P3, Sainz P4, Russell P5. What a day this is turning out to be for the McLaren team of Norris and Ricciardo, 6th and 7th at the moment, Perez P8, Alonso P9, Magnussen P10. Pierre Gasly now is right up the back of this Alpine of Esteban Ocon, and he's going to hopefully be making moves. We need to be getting towards the top 10 with Pierre Gasly. We've got to hope that this two-stop strategy works, or we play the safety car absolutely right. Lap 7, all to play for. Lap 14, Fernando Alonso, he's lost DRS to Perez. He's not quick. He's not quick this afternoon or this evening in Singapore. And Kevin Magnussen, the Haas, has just got past him. That's lap 14. He's still battling away. He will be pitting in the next few laps. We've got to hope that this two-stop works an absolute dream, because at the moment, Fernando Alonso has not got the pace to deal with these cars. Lap 14. And it looks like we've got some of the front runners in for a two-stop or a one-stop. This is a massive hold for Carlos Sainz here. We've got a few cars come in, and that is a huge, huge hold for Carlos Sainz. And that is going to knock him back a fair few places. Leclerc and Verstappen carry on. That's a very, very early stop for those two guys. I'm guessing it's a one-stop from softs onto hard. So the interesting thing now is, can Fernando Alonso jump these guys on this two-stop strategy? Going to be very, very interesting to see if he can, because at this moment in time, Fernando Alonso, if we have a look at the pit window, where is he going to come out? He's going to come out in P17, just behind Carlos Sainz, but he's got to use them tyres when he gets them. Pierre Gasly is now up to P12. It's looking a bit better for Pierre at this moment in time, but again, he's going to be trying this audacious two-stop as well, which hopefully is going to pay dividends. So Leclerc and Verstappen are staying out, and the other guys, Perez, Sainz and Ricciardo, all came in very, very early, lap 15. We've got a lot of cars coming into the pits. Lap 17, Norris is in, Magnussen is in, Hamilton is in, Guan Yu Zhou is in, Verstappen's already pit, he's out on the medium compounded tyre. These guys all look like they are trying a one-stop. Alonso is in this lap, And as promised, lap 18, Fernando is in to the pits. Now this is going to be very, very interesting indeed to see where he comes out. Pierre Gasly is still attacking like mad on these tyres at this moment in time. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. We could have goal-lined for a safety car. We've still got that option with Pierre to hold out and see if a safety car comes. But at this moment in time, Alonso gets a good stop. Where is he going to come out? Remember, he's coming out on the medium compounded tyre. And he's going to come out. It's been a fantastic bit of work that for Fernando Alonso. He's out in P8, and that is ahead of Perez, ahead of Sainz, and ahead of Ricciardo. All the cars he was behind and he's now on the faster compounded tyre. Beautiful work from Fernando Alonso. Pierre Gasly, you know, might not be that too far behind. Great work from him as Pierre Gasly takes the lead of the Grand Prix. He's got a couple more laps to use his tyres on, but remember, he's got 2 fresh sets of tyres to come, medium and soft. Pierre Gasly might be in a very good position in this race. He's got him down the DRS straight there. Beautiful work from Pierre. We're very, very happy with that. It's looking like, people, it's starting to turn around. P1 and P8, lap 18. Lap 19, Pierre Gasly is in for his pit stop. Right, let's see where Pierre comes out. He's going to be a little bit further back. I'm suggesting he's going to be around P16, P17 when he comes in. But let's see what happens here as he comes into the pits. We've just seen Perez, Sainz, Ricciardo go past Guan Yu Zhou. It's not the quickest stop in the world. In fact, it's an absolutely terrible stop from the team. 4.6 second pit stop for Pierre Gasly. He has got to be absolutely fuming, as I am. He's down into P17. He would have jumped Ocon and jumped Stroll if that pit stop had not been so terribly, terribly poor. There's going to be some plate smashing in the debrief, I can assure you. But Pierre Gasly now has got to use his tyres and get past these cars as quickly as he possibly can. And he's going to be told to use ERS as well now. We are not messing around. We need to get past these cars as quickly as we possibly can. And to move out of the way like that, it has been a bad couple of minutes for Pierre Gasly. Lap 20. And after that couple of minutes, to be fair to him, he did manage to recover it. He got past Lance Stroll very nicely there. And then if we just flick on a little bit further, he managed to also get past Guan Yu Zhou, which I'm hoping we are going to get a replay of, are we? I don't think we are going to get a replay of it. Sorry, he got past Lance Stroll and then Esteban Ocon. So now Pierre Gasly has got a bit of clean air. He's got 5 seconds to use his tyres, and use these tyres he shall. He's got a lot of work to do here, Pierre Gasly in P15. Fernando Alonso is catching Lando Norris all the time, and he's hopefully going to be on the back of these guys very shortly. We are going to be very quick towards the end of this Grand Prix. Lap 21. We've got a safety car on lap 30, and it's Valtteri Bottas, who was doing so well in this Grand Prix. And to be fair, he's only narrowly missed his teammate. We were looking at whether to bring him in. It's a tough decision. They're not very happy in the Mercedes garage. She looks very similar. She must be the twin of our head of aerodynamics at Aston Martin. We're looking at what this means for us, really. We've got 31 laps to go. We've obviously got these tyres that we particularly like to use. There is an option to bring in Fernando Alonso. But at this moment in time, he could go to the end anyway, probably now. He possibly could go to the end, as could Pierre Gasly. So there's an option for both cars now to go to the end. We think we're going to stick with Fernando at this moment in time. We've got the tyres to either do the 1-stop or the 2-stop, depending. Vettel comes in, to be fair, he's the big winner out of this, Sebastian Vettel. He hadn't pit as of yet, he will pit now. So Alonso's going to go up to P5, Gasly's going to stay around P13. There's lots of options now and strategy for us. We're just saving a little bit of fuel in the RS as well. So we'll come back when we go back to green flag running. Right then guys, the safety car is in. Max Verstappen will lead us away. The championship leader will lead us away here in Singapore. When is he going to go? Charles Leclerc is all over the back of him. Fernando Alonso is going to be told to overtake, as is Pierre Gasly. This could be the time for our 2 cars to make some moves. Verstappen goes into turn 1. He's followed by Leclerc. Then comes Russell Norris. Alonso's lost the position off the start to Kevin Magnussen. Although he's managed to gain it back, he's looking at the back of Lando Norris. Pierre Gasly all over the back of Guan Yu Zhou. We will ride on board with the Gasman down this long straight using ERS. He's got the fresh engine in, remember, and he can't get past the Alpha Tauri of Guan Yu Zhou early doors. We're just going to tell him to calm it on the ERS. Let's see what we can do. We're going to get to see Kevin Magnussen's overtake on Fernando Alonso. Alonso, remember, didn't really have the pace early doors in this Grand Prix. And then he's lost the place to Kevin Magnussen, who's been doing very well in the Haas as of late. Very positive for him indeed. We're going to now start pushing on the fuel a little bit on both cars. We may as well do that and see what we can do. So it's P6 and P11 for Gasly and Alonso. we've still got this 2-stop in the back pocket if we should wish to use it. If there's another safety car, we'll definitely swap onto the soft compound tyres. It's what we think we can do now with Pierre Gasly, but it's very much like a procession at this moment, but Verstappen will be very happy with that. The title leader looks like he's going to extend his lead at the top of the championship if things stay as they are. Huge moment in the race and huge moment in the championship. Charles Leclerc has just binned it, and it's not a good one at all. We haven't seen a safety car brought out. This is lap, what are we on, lap 34, I think we're on lap 34, we are. Gasly has just managed to get past, well, he hasn't managed to get past Guan Yu Zhou, but he has managed to get past Charles Leclerc, obviously, with that crash. He's having a look at the back of Guan Yu Zhou, but he can't seem to quite get it done. He's going to go for it now, down the inside of Guan Yu Zhou. That'll turn to the inside into this next corner. Beautiful work from the Gazman. He's now up on the back of Danny Ricciardo. The options are to leave him out on the medium compounded tyre if we should wish. Perez 1.5 seconds away from Fernando Alonso. We just saw that live, so we'll not come into it at this moment. Alonso now with DRS enabled. We're just going to tell Alonso to push a little bit and try and extend the gap to Sergio Perez, who is on the hard compounded tyre. At this moment in time now, it's not looking too bad for us in the constructors.
You can use
the decision is, do we leave the guys out or do we bring them in for the initial 2-stop? We'll see what happens. Lap 35, it's Verstappen from Russell now, who's in P2 fighting for the win. And Pierre Gasly is finally making his way through. He's just overtaken Danny Ricciardo, and as you can see in front of him, he's got a Red Bull and a Ferrari. He may be tempted to very much overtake them. He's on 72% tyres. We're just using a little bit of DRS just to get him back in DRS range. But Pierre Gasly now very much back in the points and could have a big say this afternoon on what happens here. We are, like I said, still looking at whether we should be using the 2-stop or the 1-stop. But at this moment in time, we're in a pretty decent position with both cars. Lap 35. So guys, lap 37, decision has been made. We're not going to pit. We're going to carry on as we are. If there's another safety car, we'll pit. We'll go onto the soft compounded tyres. But at this moment in time, I think if we pit, there's a good chance we might not get back into this, and we'd have to overtake a lot of cars as well. So lap 38, I think we're going to stick as we are. We are not going to twist, and we're currently just saving the tyres on both cars at this moment in time, just to make sure that we're in keeping with the leaders on lap 38. Verstappen still leads from Russell, but we're very much in for some decent points this afternoon. It's been a bad old day for Mercedes. We've seen Bottas spin out, and George Russell's done exactly the same, and that has relegated George Russell down a fair bit. George Russell now all the way down in P16. That's promoted Alonso to P4. Fernando Alonso is on for a podium this afternoon. Pierre Gasly just having to stick at the moment with Sergio Perez and Sainz. It's not been easy for Pierre Gasly, but he's doing the job at this moment in time. Both cars haven't got tons of ERS to use, but are just about sticking in range of the cars in front of him. Gasly may have to do a little bit of ERS this lap just to catch up a little bit. We'll put him on push just to catch back up with Sainz and Perez. But the gap to Alonso is 2.8 seconds at this moment in time. So Perez not catching at the moment, and this squabbling between the Red Bull and the Ferrari is really helping Fernando at this moment in time. But Gasly has just got to get back in that DRS range at the moment. Lap 42. Magnussen. Kevin Magnussen's in P2 in the Haas. What a drive from him. Safety car is out, and unfortunately, it's Fernando Alonso. He wasn't pushing, he was saving the tyres, and then he's gone and done this.
So this was the Aston Martin.
You've got to ask yourself the question, where is it going wrong this season? Because we're making silly mistakes like this. We didn't look like we were going to make an error, but we have done. But Pierre Gasly has been told to box onto a set of fresh soft compound tyres in a bid to try and do something a little different. It's a risk. It's a huge risk because we are going to lose position. I understand that, but I want to use these tyres, and I believe that we may be able to gain some positions with this. We're going to be on the fresh soft compounded tyre. We don't need another bad pit stop. Let's make sure we don't get that. 2.5, that's much, much better. We'll get up to everybody now. They are all going to be on worn tyres. We're going to be on fresh soft compound tyres. That might not have been the correct decision, but I thought we may as well roll the dice. Very disappointed. We'll come back when we get back to green flag running. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Max Verstappen is leading us away once again, and he's leading us away from Norris and Magnussen, who are in P2 and P3. Please, if you're watching this, leave your comment down below. Who do you think is going to win it? Can Norris or Magnussen overtake Max Verstappen? Right, we've got a job to do, and Pierre Gasly is the man who is going to have the drive of his life for the last what? 15 laps, is that? Last 15 laps, Pierre Gasly has got a mammoth task on his hands, but I'm sure if there's one man that can do it, it's Pierre Gasly. I hope to be coming back to you now with highlight after highlight, showing you Pierre Gasly doing amazing things. But, I mean, Magnussen and Norris are in the fight for a win. What an achievement this could be if one of these two guys could overtake Max Verstappen. I really, really hope they do. Lap 46. Gasly looking to make his first move, and first move is made. He overtakes Nicholas Latifi. Albon is up next. Right, and by the time I'd sort of done a little bit of fast forwarding there, Pierre Gasly had made up 3 positions. He overtakes Nicholas Latifi, then he gets the Audi, and then he gets Tsunoda and Russell as well. He's absolutely flying, Pierre Gasly, at this moment in time. We'll have a watch of them all here, because this is going to be what we were hoping for. He's managed to get past the Mercedes on the medium, then he's got past the Williams on the hard. It's beautiful work from Pierre Gasly. It's Lance Stroll up next. Can he make this work? This strategy, we've given him the biggest challenge we could have possibly given him. But Pierre Gasly is a man who can do magic, and I'm very much hoping he can do it here. By the way, if you did put in the comments it was going to be Norris or Magnussen, I've got a funny feeling you might be disappointed. 1.6 seconds the gap from Verstappen to second place Norris. Lap 49, Pierre Gasly has just overtaken the Audi of Lewis Hamilton. I still think that Audi looks brilliant. I've said it every episode. He's got past him. It's now lap 49. Pierre Gasly is on the charge. He's now into P11. He's got Schumacher, Ocon, Zhou and Vettel up next. Who knows? Who knows what Pierre Gasly could do here? I really, really hope he can get high up into the points. Remember, we're sat around P6, P7. Anything's possible. Lap 49. Mick Schumacher has ruined our race. Absolutely ruined our race. We couldn't get past a Williams that kept going side by side with an Alpha Tauri. It's been an absolute joke to sit here and watch this for the last 5 laps. It's been so disappointing. Pierre Gasly, yeah, we can celebrate that, lads, but it's took us 6 or 7 laps to get past Mick Schumacher. Ocon's now ran wide. We're hoping that Pierre Gasly can somehow make up another couple of positions here. I mean, these guys' tyres in front now are literally dead. We're having to save fuel though as well. We're having to save fuel due to we've not been very good with this fuel around here in Pierre Gasly's car all afternoon. It's been so disappointing this last few laps when I feel we could have done so much more. It's how disappointing. Lap 57, we're in P10. However, lap 58. Let's have a little look at what's happened here. I'm guessing that's Latifi and Albon. So we're going to get a good look at this. He's obviously binned it, and whoa, that's a bad one. That is a bad one. But what does it mean for our race? Well, we were currently in P10, as you saw. Max Verstappen, he's going to be fuming. He pulled out a 15-second lead on Kevin Magnussen. We're now all going to bunch up, and Pierre Gasly is going to have the best tyres of the top 10. He may only get 1 racing lap to get past as many cars as he possibly can. We'll come back when we're about to go to green flag running. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. It all comes down to this. Pierre Gasly is going to get 1 racing lap around the Yas Marina circuit. He's got an ERS full of battery. His battery's full of ERS even. He can push on the fuel. He can push on the tyres. He's got the best tyres in the top 10 positions. What can Pierre Gasly do on this final lap? We're going to tell him to drive in clean air. and make the most of this. He's got to make the most of this opportunity, and we're going to ride on board with him all the way down this lap. This is it. We don't normally ride on board with his drivers. We normally go for the TV cameras, but I feel this is necessary. We need to get past as many cars as we possibly can on this lap. Will we manage to get past any? Let's find out. He's on full attack mode on the tyres as well, and straight away struggling to get past an AlphaTauri. It's been that sort of race. We're going to just put him down to aggressive because the tyres are overheating. He's got full battery, and we cannot seem to make any use of it whatsoever. It's very, very disappointing. Is he going to go for the move up the inside? He isn't. He's still trying. He's going left and right, using all the battery to try even and get past Guan Yu Zhou. He manages to get past Guan Yu Zhou. Esteban Ocon is up next. It's a cracking circuit this though, isn't it? And here we go again, deploying as much as he possibly can. And to say we are going slow would be an understatement. We are not meant to be going that slow. Whatever's happened there, we've come up to a lap car, and it's meant Max Verstappen's managed to get past him very, very quickly. We are still doing everything we can. Gasly looks like he's going to send a move up the inside. Is he going to manage it? He is. That's going to be Esteban Ocon sorted out. He's now got Danny Ricciardo and Carlos Sainz in front of him. I think P8 is going to be the maximum unless he can get past Danny Ricciardo down at the start finish straight, which I don't believe is possible. It's going to be Max Verstappen who wins the Singapore Grand Prix, but Pierre Gasly will be disappointed. He's not managed to get better than that because P5, P4 was on the cards there this afternoon. Fernando Alonso will be massively disappointed in that performance, crashing out when he was in P3. It could have been there for Fernando, but Max Verstappen deservedly wins the Grand Prix. Lap 61. It's 8th for Pierre Gasly. And let's get straight to the classification because I think we will leave Singapore very, very frustrated. Pierre Gasly started from the back of the grid, so 12 positions gained. Just that element of frustration that it could have been a little bit more. Your rundown is Kevin Magnussen in P1, Max Verstappen in P1, Kevin Magnussen P2, Lando Norris in P3, and Sebastian Vettel in P4. Perez P5, Sainz P6, Ricciardo 7th, Gasly 8th, Ocon 9th, Guan Yu Zhou in P10 making up the points. Max Verstappen gets 25 points. Extending his lead to 88 points, something like that. Is that right? No, it's not. It's 92 points. 92 points for Max Verstappen. Gasly stays in P2 just by a point from Carlos Sainz. Constructors standings wise, Red Bull take top spot. We drop down to 3rd. The Constructors title is where we are going to win it this season. I don't see it that we can win the drivers, but we can win the Constructors. Ferrari are in P2. We're now down in P3. I expected that to be an absolute massive climax at the end, which is what we all like. Sadly, it didn't turn out that way, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next Grand Prix. Please like and subscribe. Ta-ra.